Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today, we're going on a journey to explore the incredible diversity of human thought and personality. It's like looking at a vast sea of faces, each one unique and shaped by a lifetime of experiences. Have you ever wondered why some people thrive in bustling crowds while others find solace in quiet solitude? Or why certain individuals gravitate towards logic and reason, while others are guided by their emotions? While it's impossible to pinpoint an exact number of types of people or types of thinking, because, let's face it, humans are far too complex for neat little boxes, there are these frameworks, systems of thought that help us understand the vast spectrum of human behavior. These frameworks aren't about slapping labels on ourselves and others, it's more like having different lenses to view the world and the people in it. Think of it like a prism, right? You shine a light through it and suddenly you have this whole spectrum of colors. That's what we're doing today, shining a light on the beautiful complexity of human thought and behavior. So buckle up, get ready for some serious mental gymnastics, and let's dive into the fascinating world of what makes us tick. Let's start our exploration with personality types, the bedrock of who we are. Personality is those enduring patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that make each of us unique. Imagine your personality as a song. Rhythm, melody, harmony, all these elements create something special. The Myers-Briggs type indicator sorts people into 16 types based on 4 dichotomies: extroversion versus introversion, sensing versus intuition, thinking versus feeling, and judging versus perceiving. Are you energized by people or solitude? Do you rely on concrete facts or abstract ideas? Do you make decisions based on logic or values? And do you prefer structure or flexibility? The Big 5 personality traits measure personality along 5 dimensions: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Think of it like a soundboard, each trait a slider creating a unique profile. Curious and imaginative, organized and disciplined, outgoing and assertive, compassionate and cooperative, or prone to stress and negative emotions. The Enneagram identifies 9 interconnected personality types. Each type represents a different way of seeing and interacting with the world. Remember, these frameworks are just models. They offer insights into our strengths, weaknesses, and interactions with the world. Now that we've explored personality types, let's shift to thinking styles, the mental processes that shape how we perceive, analyze, and solve problems. If personality is the car, thinking styles are the engine, transmission, all the parts that make it go. First, analytical versus intuitive thinking. Analytical thinkers gather evidence, break down problems, and use logic. Intuitive thinkers rely on gut feelings and hunches. Next, creative versus practical thinking. Creative thinkers generate ideas and push boundaries. Practical thinkers bring creative ideas down to earth. Finally, divergent versus convergent thinking. Divergent thinkers generate multiple solutions. Convergent thinkers find the single best solution. We all use a combination of these approaches depending on the situation. Our journey into the human mind wouldn't be complete without considering the profound influence of culture and social norms on our thinking patterns. Think of it like this. If personality and thinking styles are the building blocks of our minds, then culture and social influences are the architects, shaping and molding how those blocks are assembled. One key dimension is individualistic versus collectivistic cultures. Individualistic cultures, like those often found in North America and Western Europe, emphasize personal goals, independence, and self-reliance. People from these backgrounds might prioritize individual achievement, direct communication, and personal rights. Collectivistic cultures, commonly found in East Asia, Africa, and Latin America, prioritize group harmony, interdependence, and social responsibility. They might emphasize group goals, indirect communication, and social obligations. Then we have high context versus low context communication styles. In high context cultures, communication relies heavily on nonverbal cues, shared understanding, and context. Think about Japan, where a slight bow or a knowing glance can convey volumes. In low context cultures, communication is more explicit, direct, and relies less on unspoken cues. Understanding these cultural and social influences is crucial because they shape our values, beliefs, and how we interpret the world around us. They influence how we communicate, build relationships, and approach problem solving. Let's dive into cognitive styles, the ways our brains process information. Imagine your cognitive style as a unique filter for learning about the world. Visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners are key models. Visual learners thrive on diagrams, charts, and videos. Auditory learners excel with sound, lectures, and discussions. Kinesthetic learners need hands-on interaction. Systematic thinkers approach problems step by step. Global thinkers see the big picture first. Understanding your cognitive style optimizes learning and problem solving. From the everyday choices we make to life-altering decisions, the way we arrive at conclusions shapes our journey. This is where decision-making styles come into play, each approach reflecting our individual values, priorities, and tolerance for risk. One key distinction lies in rational versus emotional decision-making. Rational decision-makers, as the name suggests, prioritize logic, objectivity, and analysis. They carefully weigh pros and cons, gather evidence, and strive for the most logical and beneficial outcome. Emotional decision-makers, on the other hand, are guided by their feelings, intuition, and values. They're in tune with their gut instincts and prioritize decisions that align with their personal beliefs and emotional well-being. Then we have risk-takers versus risk-avoiders. Risk-takers are like adventurers, embracing uncertainty and boldly venturing into the unknown. They're energized by challenges, comfortable with potential setbacks, and driven by the thrill of the unknown. Risk avoiders, on the other hand, prioritize security, stability, and predictability. They carefully consider potential downsides, prefer calculated decisions, and feel most comfortable with familiar paths. Of course, most of us fall somewhere along the spectrum between these extremes, adapting our decision-making style based on the situation and the stakes involved. Our journey through the human mind wouldn't be complete without delving into the complex realm of political and moral thinking, the frameworks that shape our beliefs about society, justice, and the greater good. One of the most prominent divides in political thought lies between liberal versus conservative views. Liberals often advocate for social change, government intervention in addressing societal issues, and a focus on individual rights and freedoms. Conservatives, on the other hand, often favor tradition, limited government involvement, and a focus on personal responsibility and individual liberty. In the realm of moral reasoning, we encounter utilitarian versus deontological thinking. Utilitarianism, often summarized as the greatest good for the greatest number, emphasizes the consequences of actions. A utilitarian would argue that an action is morally right if it produces the most happiness or well-being for the most people. Deontological ethics, on the other hand, focuses on the inherent rightness or wrongness of actions, regardless of their consequences. A deontologist might argue that certain actions, like lying or stealing, are inherently wrong, even if they lead to positive outcomes in specific situations. Understanding these different frameworks is crucial for engaging in constructive dialogue, navigating complex social issues, and appreciating the diversity of perspectives that shape our world. As we reach the final leg of our journey, we arrive at the profound realm of spiritual and philosophical perspectives, the lenses through which we seek meaning, purpose, and understanding of the human experience. One fundamental divide lies in the contrast between materialists versus spiritualists. Materialists believe that the physical world is all that exists, that consciousness arises from matter, and that there's no separate realm of the spiritual or supernatural. Spiritualists, on the other hand, believe in a reality beyond the material world, whether it's a realm of spirits, a divine being, or a universal consciousness. Another key distinction lies in the outlook of optimists versus pessimists. Optimists tend to focus on the positive aspects of life, believing in the inherent goodness of humanity and the potential for progress and happiness. They approach challenges with hope and resilience. Pessimists, on the other hand, tend to focus on the negative aspects of life, expecting the worst and emphasizing the difficulties and suffering inherent in the human condition. These perspectives shape our values, our interpretations of life events, and our overall outlook on the world. In conclusion, human diversity in thought and personality is vast and complex. We've journeyed through personality types, thinking styles, cultural influences, cognitive styles, decision-making approaches, political and moral frameworks, and even touched upon spiritual and philosophical perspectives. These frameworks, while imperfect, provide a glimpse into the many ways we can categorize and understand ourselves and others. Remember, each individual is unique, a complex tapestry woven from countless threads of experience, genetics, and personal choices. These categories are just tools to help us navigate the rich tapestry of human experience, not definitive labels that define us. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content.